Are you sick of your reality imploding due to the hydrogen collider?
So I've seen a bunch of videos like this on my For You page, and outside of the fact that we're already in a collective that is afraid, stuff like this is just contributing to the overall fear. And if you listen, I'm just gonna clarify some things. You don't have to believe me, you don't have to listen to me, but if you're afraid of this, maybe you want to stay. Because this fear mongering is not helping at all. Okay, so first, if you don't know what the Hydrogen, it's the Hydrogen, not the Hydrogen Collider. The Hydrogen Collider is a machine that's built in a tunnel that is based in Europe that has the ability to speed up particles, mostly neutrons, negative neutrons. I think that's what they're called in German, like in English. Sorry, I read most articles in German. Like I said, it's in Europe. It's in one of the German-speaking countries. And people...
The Large Hadron Collider is a giant ring. I think it's about 20 plus kilometers wide underneath the countries of France and Switzerland. Okay, they do speak German in Switzerland, but it's part of a facility under the offices of CERN, the Council European for the Research to Nuclear. Basically, it's a European-wide organization that does nuclear research. They have a number of particle accelerators. The LHC, the Large Hadron Collider, is the largest of these, and they speed protons, which are hadrons, which are things that are made out of two or more smaller particles called quarks. And for a proton, there's two up quarks and a down quark. The two up quarks have a charge of 2/3 of a positive charge, and the down quark has a negative 1/3, so it comes out to be a charge of 1 plus 1. A neutron has two downs and one up, making it a neutral charge, not a negative charge. They accelerate these particles up to protons up to about 99% of the speed of light to collide them to produce particles like the Higgs boson, which is the particle that gives gravity. And they have found at least one. That's what the Hadron Collider does. Also in this video, they talk about the Mandela effect, which is something that came about in the people thought Nelson Mandela died in the 1980s, but he was still in prison. So some people say, "Oh, that's my reality. Nelson Mandela died in the 1980s," while others knew he was still alive, and people just remember that he died in the 1980s.
People are spreading this narrative that, the Mandela effect is at play. I'm going to make a YouTube video about this, and that we're going to shift timelines, and it's like Stranger Things, which is, from a spiritual perspective, guys, those are not the same.
Since this is a short video, a couple extra facts. CERN was founded in the 1954, and has about 23 countries, including Israel, which is the only non-European country. Also, it's the birthplace of the internet. There's a address system called TCP/IP. If you've ever seen those numbers, 198.162.968.1 or something like that. That just tells where your computer, that gives your computer an address on the internet. Also, the HTML language, which is a markup language, so computers can display the text, actually was invented by a guy named Tim Berners-Lee to try to share data throughout the facility. So it's made probably a good contribution to society, even without all the particle physics research going on there. But I hope this is a short one. But sometimes people who try to debunk flat earthers, or some people who get things really wrong, still get things wrong. But also, there are a total of 6 different quarks. There's the top, the bottom, the up and the down, and the strange, and the charm. The name quark actually comes from a line from Finnegan's Wake by James Joyce. And yes, they were coming up with some creative names. There is actually particles that connect, keep them together, called gluons. And this is an example of the strong nuclear force. There's also the weak nuclear force, which keeps protons and neutrons together. And then you have the electromagnetic, which transmits the force between protons and electrons. And then there's gravity. Okay, I hope you had a good day, and hope you have the rest of the day is good. And hope somebody enjoyed listening to this. Goodbye.